Hey everyone, welcome back to Will plus Brian, where you come to get the latest updates on everything happening with Fold. And today we are going to be chatting all about direct deposit. So, Will, any thoughts on that right off the bat? Why is pay me in Bitcoin at Fold very important?
Well, first, getting paid is good. We all have our fiat jobs that, we're mostly getting a paycheck every month. And I think really the direct to Bitcoin, the pay me in Bitcoin is kind of the cornerstone of the entire, not just Fold experience, but idea of starting to live on Bitcoin. It all starts with the paycheck. And at Fold, we think that's where the story begins. So what's the fastest way to go from getting paid for all the work that you've done and store that in Bitcoin? You can choose 1%, you can choose 100%, but really all that's kind of your dial about how much of the Bitcoin standard do you want to kind of live your life on, and Fold kind of just is there to accommodate all of that.
Right. And so there's a very famous exchange that a lot of people got started on that has recently made a decision around this. And they have made this decision, Coinbase has made this decision to end their direct deposit feature. And I completely agree with you about the direct deposit is so important. Like it's the way that the primary function of the way that people interact with their personal finances is they go on the back end of their payroll provider, type in an account and routing number, and receive their paycheck. Like that is number one. And I think for a long time, again, through these exchanges, we've all been taught to kind of keep our fiat personal finances over here, and then we move our surplus over here to the exchange. We move the surplus over to the exchange. But Fold in Bitcoin companies moving into the direct deposit space is literally encroaching on the top of funnel of people's personal finances. And so, yeah, we just want to highlight today right off the top that pay me in Bitcoin, direct deposit in either currency you choose is like still extremely important, for what we're doing here.
Yeah, I think we saw the first wave of Bitcoin companies was all about, okay, what's the best way to get people to start accumulating? But they were all built as kind of side silos as something separate from your main brokerage or from your main place of daily and monthly expenses, your bills, your paychecks. And then over on the side was you kind of a small Bitcoin exchange where you would do maybe some DCA. But I think what everyone's realizing is that actually all of that money and all those other pools that you have could be working for you in Bitcoin. The same level that you've seen on the exchange as a side function can be brought to the center of your personal finance. And now that means earning rewards on everything you buy, all the bills you pay. Very convenient way to buy Bitcoin. Allows you to create savings goals for yourself in Bitcoin and hold that. And bringing it further in only increases the amount of benefits that Bitcoin can bring to your life. And so I think what we're seeing in the second phase of Bitcoin companies is starting to say, hey, this is not a side account for small investments here and there. This is at the core of your savings. And really, what is the primary replenishment of your savings? It's the paycheck. And so it is fundamental to this wider shift that we're seeing in Bitcoin going from a asset that you may hold some of your wealth in on the side to something that can truly benefit and supercharge all of your personal financial activities.
100%. And that's why, so the account and routing number is the primary way that people receive that paycheck. And then what's so funny about the way that kind of the landscape has developed is that for a long time, companies were struggling to surface the account and routing number for outbound bill pay. Fold has led on this from the beginning. And we're illustrating that even by paying bills via your account and routing number, there's still a path to earn rewards, even through the account and routing number at Fold. And the reason why that's so important is because it makes getting the direct deposit there makes sense. Like it makes it useful. And how you're saying there's no longer a gap in your funds being productive, being siloed between kind of this, like, again, quote unquote, productive world over here with my account routing number where I get paid and pay my bills. And then over here with my Bitcoin exchange, it now is all the same thing, can be all the same thing. And you can maximize your flow, all the way through.
Yeah, I think the whole idea that you can earn rewards on your bills, the primary beneficiaries of that in terms of Fold customers are those who deposit their paycheck and convert that into Bitcoin. We have a feature called Direct to Bitcoin, and you can just with a slider say, I want it in 1% to go into Bitcoin, or I want 25 or 75 or 100%, because all of those, all that, just by doing that makes you eligible for bill pay reward. So then if you transfer $1,000 from your paycheck into Bitcoin, now you're going to earn $1,000 in rewards on your mortgage, your credit card bills. And so really thinking about the ACH rewards is really a reward for those people that deposit their paycheck and turn some of it into Bitcoin, because that's going to guarantee every single month you're eligible and you're earning rewards.
Exactly. Getting a bunch of inbound on this, and this is why I wrote the bullet point the way we did today. To get the most out of ACH rewards, you want to really lean into direct depositing your paycheck, transferring it into Bitcoin, a certain percentage of it into Bitcoin, really work into your daily habits, scrolling the gift card list and the merchants that you frequent. Like last night, we took my mother-in-law out for birthday dinner. PF Chang's is on the list. Like running that traffic through PF Chang's and getting the 4% Bitcoin back for a normal activity that, you know, we're already out there doing in our life is now just a part of our financial habit. And then you round it out with usage of the Fold card, knowing that all of that is stacking up to earning rewards via ACH on your largest expenses.
We just had a great tweet that someone did today about their experience with this. They deposited their paycheck to Fold. It was converted into Bitcoin at, I believe their cost base was something around 63,000. And then they needed to pay their monthly mortgage. And so what they did was they pushed to card some of that Bitcoin so that then they could pay the bill. And they did that at, I believe, 68,000, something like that. And so, and they earned rewards for paying that mortgage on top. And so I think they earned something like, what they said was like 190,000 sats off of that. That's just a simple operation that you're not only winning from the rewards. In fact, the rewards are just kind of a nice incentive on top of just holding your money in Bitcoin. Mm-hmm. And that is the true reward. That is where, you know, it doesn't matter about 1%, 2%, 3% rewards to some extent when you're holding an asset that is appreciating as Bitcoin is. The rewards are just a boost on top of that in a way to just get it moving in your finances.
Exactly. No, I'm glad you framed it that way. I want to hit that exactly on future episodes, kind of this concept of, again, a lot of people have this bifurcation between their regular account and then they're trying to use these high yield savings accounts like fintech products. And those are going to start running into issues in the current environment that we're heading into. Bitcoin is not going to run into issues in that current environment. And so kind of mapping that parallel to what exists in kind of other fintech world to having this buy currency, you know, top of funnel account is, yeah, something that we'll hit on future episodes. Exactly right. And that should factor into your rewards. So it's not just about how do I understand Fold rewards the most? It's also thinking about how much Bitcoin, how much dollars are you holding, and that into it. And so that really lands us on our concluding point, which, and the way that I phrase this, and we'll get how you phrase it, is just, it completes the loop. Like Russell Okung tweeted, "Pay me in Bitcoin" back in 2019. And so, and we've seen pay me in Bitcoin kind of be a convenient way to DCA, something that's kind of, you know, a fun, cheesy headline that's like, hey, getting paid in Bitcoin instead of dollars. And all of that's true. All of that's absolutely true. But the reason why, like, genuinely, like, use the Fold product and like am fired up about what it's doing is because it's clicking into a new world of completing the loop. That as a regular W2 American just person living in the US, I'm able to use Bitcoin instead of dollars in a way that keeps me backwards compatible to this world, forwards compatible to this world and the society that I want to see built. And so it completes the loop.
Yeah, it's the money you prefer with the tools that you need. And it's, you know, it makes no sense for, you know, thousands of Fold users who have now integrated Bitcoin not as just a reward, but represents a significant part of their financial portfolio. It's not something just to support long-term savings. It's also, in that example, it's to support purchasing power in the short term. And it's too powerful of a tool not to be siloed off from the rest of your activities. There are too many rewards and gains that can be made by just pulling it all into one place and making Bitcoin compatible with the rest of the traditional financial needs. And again, this is not you don't need to go all into Bitcoin. This is what Fold is all about, allowing you to dial in your preferences about how far you go. But the idea is that the more you do, the more, at least we have seen our customers just come out ahead, and that's ultimately that's the win we're going for.
Absolutely, absolutely. We'll end on this, everyone. Send your friends this. They need this link. Your friends that are stuck at other exchanges need this link. They can get that 30,000 sats bonus. And in your own life, think about your Bitcoin personal finances. Think about how you can level it up and use all the products and tools that Fold has to offer. And we'll catch you on the next one.